All right, guys, welcome back. Banter Boys podcast. This is going to be our FC series. FC 25 and FC 26 comes out in what, 4 weeks now? 3 weeks now? We're getting pretty close.
Getting
These two
close.
down here are the Ultimate Team Masters. I will not disclose how much they play, but it's a lot. I'm more of
I
the
will not
casual
disclose
player.
that.
I'm more of the casual player. I'll play, I'll play a couple matches. I'm not going to do weekend league every weekend. Every weekend, these two are on weekend league. But this year, I said, you know what? I'm doing it. We're going Ultimate Team all the way this year. We also have a clubs that we play with all the Banter Boys, some that you've seen on the podcast, some that you haven't seen yet. I think we almost got a full 11. Like, we could play with enough people, I think. We've done it once.
We could. We
But
have played with a full 11 before. Yep.
we have like 4 to 6 almost regularly. Every night we'll play a couple matches. So that's been a blast. We're going to put clips from them in these series. What else do we want to do for the FC series?
I'm thinking. Well, you're also like with the clubs. We're probably going to see depending on what people think, we'll see a competitive team, and maybe just kind of a messing around, more of a banter focused club.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have the competitive, trying to sweat through playoffs, get to elite division, stuff like that. Which we've been there, so
Yeah.
we'll act like we've been there before. But the banter squad might just be a little more relaxed, a little more fun. Ultimate team, I think we all decided that we're going no money spent this year, with the exception of evolutions.
Yep.
Are we gonna hold ourselves to that? And does that mean
Abs-
we don't need to deplete any points that transfer over from 25 to 26, but you can only use those for evolutions.
yeah.
Does that mean I could stock up as much right now?
You can
And I
stock
buy-
up as much as you want right
I could
now,
buy-
but you can only use those towards evolution.
I could
I
buy
buy 5,000.
$500. I'll put $200 in right
Well,
now.
I'm sitting here like I bought the season pass, so I'm like, all right, am I gonna to have a few hundred points left over? Like, am I gonna? I'm not buying packs in FC 25
Yeah.
anymore, but
Yeah.
I'll transfer it over, and I will put them towards evolutions. We'll keep track of the 1,600 points that we get, or whatever it is, and each month, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, this will
What
be the
anything
hardest.
else that we're expecting to see on this channel?
I mean, I feel like maybe the occasional pack opening, maybe the occasional,
Yep.
matches. I think we want to kind of go heavy on that first week. So maybe like day up, we might be doing, we might be live streaming the
We might
first
be
day.
live.
We
Maybe
might be
we'll
live.
I like
Could be
that.
doing a 3-person pack opening, maybe some pack challenges, stuff like that.
Yep.
But this is actually the first time that I'm going to be doing no money spent, so I think that's exciting for JP and I, because that is far different than what we're used to. Because yeah, I spend some money on this game, so
Oh, I would have deleted my student loans and maxed out my Roth IRA in the last 7 years if didn't have an Ultimate Team addiction.
yeah, it's an issue. So hey, new beginnings, and I think it'll be some good stuff.
Yeah. I'm liking it. So we decided for the first episode, let's go through each of our teams and let's try to predict with our ultimate ball knowledge that all three of us have because Wes isn't here. Let's predict what our ratings are going to be for our teams. Are we going up? We're going down? Who's going up? Who's going down? Staying the same, maybe? Who knows? So, Nikos, I think you are up first.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm gonna run through it. Overall, I think we're going to see a lot of increases. So the majority of the players are most likely going to get an increase. Cole Palmer was an 85. He's getting a heavy increase this year. He's going up to an 88. I think Caicedo was an 82. I think he's shown himself. He's up to an 85.
Okay.
Enzo was also an 82. I don't think as good as Caicedo. 84. Cucurella, I think, is one of the best left backs in the league. He was a 82, now 84. Reece James, 82. He was injured last year quite a bit, but I think the team in general is better. So I think he's going to get that 1 point increase to an 83. Pedro Neto absolutely shined last year, so he's going up from a 79 to an 83.
It's a big jump.
Sanchez, I think, just because we brought ourselves up, 79 to an 81, reasonable. Tozen, he's going to be from a 78 to an 81. Levi Colwell, I kind of give him a little bit of the same. He was a 77 up to an 80. João Pedro was a 77. I think he's going to get that big 6 kind of increase. He's going to be up to an 81. Liam Delap was a 71. He was a silver card. I think he's also going to get that big 6 increase and be a common 76. So common gold. And then Gittins also silver. I think he was a 75. Gold common 77. He's going to get that big 6 increase. And then Esteval wasn't in the game. I really made a makeshift picture here, but I think he's going to be a silver 66, and I think that's pretty reasonable because he's shown himself playing quite frequently, and I think he's kind of in that mid silver range.
I like it.
Yeah. So a lot of increases over there.
I don't think there was. Oh, sorry, Kyle. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say I think you probably hit like 80% to 90% of those.
Yeah.
Like what actually is gonna come out. I think there's a couple of like Reece James might stay the same because he was injured.
Yeah.
Like there's still just like a few, but like I think that was not. There was no outrageous takes there.
My main thing was that we as a team got better. So I was saying for the majority increases by 1 or 2. Palmer, I think, was the biggest jump. I don't know when we're going to start to consider him as, he was also in the nominations for Ballon d'Or or huge impact for the Club World Cup. So at what point are we going to elevate him to, all right, now he's up here? Because I know the likes of Declan Rice was an 87. Cole Palmer got an 85, which is, I think he got snubbed last year personally, but I think this is going to be that jump year where it's going to be 87 or 88, but I shot for the high at 88.
All right.
Well, and they never really like to give a huge boost to younger players. They really don't. So like someone like Lamine Yamal, I don't personally see them putting him over an 86.
Yeah, no, he'll be an 85.
Yeah, you think so?
He has to be like an 85. He'll get an increase. He's unbelievable. So we've seen it, but it's going to be that 84, 85 where we're just like, all right, it's not going to be a walkout yet. He's also, 19 or something?
Yep.
So we're going to be in that weird 84, 85 area for Lamal.
Yeah. It's like they like to slowly build these guys up. It's like they're too afraid of Lamal having a good year. Oh, you're at 87, and then you do nothing for a year. Well, now we got to go back to an 84. Oh, guess what? He had 2 good years, so now you're 8. You know what I mean? I feel like they're afraid of pushing them up too far, having to bring them back, and then going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
But City up next.
Swiftly moving on. Manchester City. So Holland, unfortunately, is going to get a downgrade, and that's going to be a theme amongst a lot of the returning players for Manchester City. You win the league 4 years in a row, you're going to be, you're going to have high ratings. But after finishing third, you're definitely going to see a decrease, and it also doesn't help that a lot of them aged. We're seeing a lot of guys that were mainstays in the City team sheet that are getting older. They've been mainstays for a while. So Holland, just because he did miss a lot of the season with injury, didn't have as many goals. I'm going to push him down to a 90. Rodri, obviously Ballon d'Or player or Ballon d'Or winner, still technically the best player in the world for a few more months. But after an injury, he's going down to a 90 or down 2 to an 89. Deesh following the same theme, going down to an 87 from an 88. Bernardo also one more down 88 to an 87. Johnny Stones is one of the guys that I did not change, only because he did have a good season, and I just think 85 is a fair rating, so I'm keeping him there. Tijani, big upgrade from an 82 to an 85. Serie A midfielder of the year. What else can you say? Omar left the Bundesliga with better numbers than Sheshko. Getting himself a 5-point increase again. That along that big six theme that Nikos was talking about. I think he gets a 5-point upgrade. Ait Nori going up a few. Again, might be that big six thing, but he did have a good year going to a bigger club. I think 82 is fair for him. Cherky, this is a 9-point increase. He was a 75 gold last year, but based on his performances both in France and Europe, I think he would have an argument to be an 84 if he stayed in Ligue 1. So I think 84 is fair for him. Nunes, this is a tough one. He was a 78. Gave him +1. He's just a tough one to rate for me. He was a decent right back. So maybe with that switch, he gets a big pace increase, I think. He was the fastest clocked player in the Prem last year. So I think a pace increase helps his rating. Oscar Bob.
I love Oscar Bob.
I have Bob. Sorry, a little error. I had him as a 74 rated silver. I think he gets a +2, purely just because he had a great preseason again. He was 72 last year. Kusanov looked good when he played. Only got a handful of matches with City, but he's going from a silver to a gold. Non-rare gold seems fair to me at a 79. James Trafford. I mean, it's tough to leave the championship as the player who has the most clean sheets and the best defensive record and not be a gold when he moves to a Big Six club. So we're bumping him up to an 82.
Pretty good.
And that's it for City. That's it for City. One more that I didn't see. Phil Foden. Want to make a shout out to Phil Foden. Phil Foden, I have him going from an 88 to an 86.
Yeah.
Suffering a bit last year. I don't think they're going to kill him too much because he was hurt. But
yeah.
The visuals might have been my fault. I'll be honest. I was quickly grinding through these. So the Oscar Bob one, I did mess that up, and I did leave out Foden. I'm looking at your list as you were talking. I'm like, ooh, I missed that.
Not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Hey, here's to the first FC video.
Yeah.
Now I will be honest. When you sent me your list, there was a few ones that I even said, and I think I said, and I quote, "JP, are you on crack?"
I was there for as he's making these. He goes, I don't know, man.
I think the reason I said that, I think everything that he said was pretty respectable. Like everything was like, all right, yeah, this seems spot on. I think the ones that I just saw back to back that were just like not a chance was Ruben Diaz and Bernardo Silva. I think Silva's getting a big decrease. I think he's going down.
That would have been that's the one that I was gonna say is Bernardo Silva. I think he goes down too.
He's going down to like an 85. Like I honestly think he had a very underwhelming year. I don't think he's in his retirement kind of like run right now. In my opinion, I think he's going to get a pretty significant decrease.
So my argument to that would be because when I did this, I'm thinking FIFA ratings, right?
Mm-hmm,
FC ratings. The things that you see them change a lot when players age is primarily pace and stamina. The one thing you can't take away from Bernardo Silva is stamina. The guy runs more than anyone in the league. But the other thing you see is when the pace goes down, that doesn't necessarily mean they change the rating too much. For example, Tony Cruz. I don't think the guy had over 55 pace in any Ultimate team. And he was always an 88, 89, 90. And you can't take dribbling away from Bernardo. Bernardo's going to have 90-plus dribbling.
I mean, I even think him being an 88 last year was kind of a stretch. That's just me personally. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think they win 4 in a row. You can't decrease him, but I
yeah,
think he probably should have been down 1 last year. So then maybe this year it is down 2 because they're gonna do with a catch
yeah,
up, kind of like the reverse Cole Palmer.
yeah. I think realistically probably an 86, just in my opinion, because I think he's going to get a decrease. And then last year was just kind of not expected, but I think probably an 86. And then Ruben Diaz, I don't know. I just personally don't like him. So I just,
Missed a lot of matches with injury.
yeah,
I mean, they don't tend to punish people for being hurt too badly.
yeah,
So and if you ask other players in the league who the top defenders are, a lot of defenders in the Premier League are going to put Ruben Dias up there as one of their top defenders in the league.
Yeah.
okay.
So that's what I'm holding on to.
All
Still
right.
don't want to pack him. He's too slow to play with.
Oh, 100%.
He's fodder.
Yeah. So I had to do the Arsenal ones alone. I was going to ask for Wes's help, but then I thought everyone would be a 99. So let's try to be constructive here. So David Raya going first. He's an 83. I think he goes up to at least an 85. I think he had another great season. One of the top keepers in the Premier League. Also made it, deep in the Champions League and played all those matches. So I think he definitely deserves to go up. Timber was a 79 last year. Also had an amazing season. I think he's got to go up to at least 82, 83. Saliba, 87. One of the best defenders in the league, if not the best defender in the league. I think he gets a little upgrade. Same thing with Gabriel. Also, he's an 86, so one below Saliba. I also wouldn't be surprised if they mirrored these two, where they're both 87s or both 88s, because they both have just been fantastic. But Gabriel got injured last year for the last month and a half of the season, so I thought maybe that's why it might keep him from getting to the 88. Lewis Skelly, this one was fun to do because he's a 58 currently. So it's like, where are they going to put him? Because he played so many matches, so young, so much talent. So I was like, I'm going to shoot for just the middle of the 70s. This was a very difficult one of how big of an upgrade he's going to get from a 58. So that's what I went for, 77. Zubamendi, he was an 81. I think he had a great season. Euros did great, so big 6 upgrade as well. I think he'll go up to 83. Declan Rice was an 87. I think he's going up. He had another great season. Just those free kicks alone to Real Madrid. I think those will get you a +1 on your overall. Odegaard was an 89. I think he goes down to at least an 88. I wouldn't be surprised if he was an 87. Just did not have a good year. Started off with injury, so maybe he doesn't lose too much because of that. But I would be surprised if he didn't go down. Saka also injured for a lot of last year. Didn't really have a great last year. He's also now injured again after today. So I think he kind of stays the same. I don't see them, going up or down. Victor Gyökeres. This one was tough. He was an 84. So making the move to Arsenal, I think you're going to get a little bit of an upgrade. He also scored a stupid amount of goals last year, but because it was the Portuguese league, I just don't know if they give him the upgrade. Like if it was a different league, they would give somebody. So I think he's an 85, maybe an 86, maybe. But that's I think that's all he gets. Eze, confirmed Arsenal player now. So this was this was fun. He is an 81 currently. I think he goes up to an 83. I think he obviously won a trophy for Crystal Palace, their first trophy in basically ever. So I think he gets that upgrade as well as moving to Arsenal. So Ben White, 83, was an 84. Didn't play at all last season, basically. So I think he loses a little bit. Kai Havertz stays the same. I think he scored just enough goals to not go down, but if he was an 82, I wouldn't be surprised. Calafiori was a 78. I think he did pretty well last year. when he played. I think he deserves to go up a little bit. And Martinelli was an 83. I think he goes down to an 82. I think the only thing that's keeping him an 82 is his pace. Otherwise, I think he would be an 81. And that's it for the Arsenal players.
I am going to say I tend to agree with a lot of what you said. I wouldn't be shocked if, because 2 years in a row now, Saliba and Gabriel have been a great combo. I wouldn't be shocked if maybe they were even +1 over what you said. Maybe. Like it wouldn't surprise me, and I wouldn't argue it.
Yeah.
I also think that I wouldn't be shocked if Ryo was a walkout. I wouldn't be shocked if Ryo was an 86 or 87. I mean, he was the Golden Glove winner, right?
Yeah, 2 times in a row. Last year and the year before.
Yeah, I mean that's usually what it takes. And if you're the Golden Glove winner 2 years in a row, your chances are you're going to be a walkout. I mean, you can't be the best keeper in the best league and not have the highest rating for a keeper in that league. So
Yeah.
I could see him being an 86 or 87.
Yeah, and I think as a defense, I think we conceded the least amount of goals of the top 5 leagues of any team. So I think all the defenders are going to get an upgrade, or at least they should. But
Yeah, no, I mean overall defense is going to get an increase. I think Gyökeres will get an 86. I think he's
Yep.
definitely going to be a walkout. I think he's going to get like the EA favorite kind of like he's going to be like a fan favorite kind of moving forward. So I think he's going to get that 86. People love him. The celebration. I think he'll easily get that 86 spot because also like he's well deserving of it of how he's been performing in the last like year or two.
yeah,
And then yeah, I think overall like pretty spot on with everything. Gyökeres is going to be an 86, and then the defense, which I think we might get an 89 out of one of your two center backs. I think probably Saliba over Gabriel, but I think if anything, I think like you guys have outperformed in the center back areas for like years now. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, okay, Saliba 89, and then kind of make a statement there.
yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
Yep. And they love giving Gabriel special cards. They love it.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
had
he also gets
he had a
a lot of
few.
team of the weeks.
Well, he had a team of the week. He had a couple non-performance based special cards, and I think that was because he was performing well. So they just wanted to give him better cards in game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked to see an 89 and an 88 or an 89 and an 87 out of the two of them.
What do you guys think about Skelly? That was the toughest one for me because he's a 58.
I'll be honest,
Skelly's tough.
I messed up the visual on that one too. But I was looking at it as you were talking. I'm like 77. That's not a silver. No, I think he'll just hit that gold, like that 77. Like I think that's
It's tough, right?
75. I think probably makes the most sense. Is just give him like a flat 75 because that's a massive increase.
That's what I was. Yeah, I had 75 written down, and I was like, but he plays a little bit better than that. But to go from a 58 to a 77, or somewhere in that range, that's a wild upgrade.
And they love to do that, I feel. Like when you have somebody that's so low and then just like shoots up, they'll be like, "Yeah, that's a huge increase." You're like, and clearly they're probably like in that like that high 70s, low 80s area. But
Yeah.
EA can't do that, I don't think. I don't think they could go that aggressive with it. So you're
Yeah.
going to be like 77. Because I think that's also why Cole Palmer was where he was at. Because the year before, he was a 70 something. So he
Yeah.
went from like a 70 something, I'm pretty sure, to an 85. It was something like that, where it was like, he was a silver up to like a high gold. And I think that they'll probably just give him like that 75, 76. So like I think you're right on the money for that one.
it's super tough because they don't love to give these younger guys gold cards, but like especially when they start super low rated.
Yeah.
But I think he may have played enough to get himself like a low non-rated gold or
Yeah.
non-rare gold. So I wouldn't be shocked to see him as like a 75. I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know. He's a
Yeah,
big question mark.
that's a tough one.
Because
How do
if
He's a
we're
big question mark, and I think he's going to be like one of those quote unquote cheap beasts,
Yeah.
like one of those cards that has like good pace, um, good like good
Defending.
animations.
Yeah.
basically
Like
like
it's not even like the stats, because remember back in the day, you would have Bailly, Smalling, and Butland as your triangle at the back,
mhm.
and they were 79, 81, and 82 rated, and no matter what, they were disgusting. Hopefully, we see FC get back to that kind of play,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't be shocked to see him in a lot of starter teams.
My comparison, it's gonna be like Malasia, like a year or two, like a few years back, where like he just had a crazy left back card, but he was just like a low gold, and you're like, wow, this card's nasty. So it'll be very similar to like a cheap beast. But we also saw so many different Skelly cards this year.
Yep,
Pretty sure he was a team of the
he was a featured
season.
team of the week.
Yeah,
So
he
he
was.
did get one of those, and then did he did have a team of the season honorable mention,
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
sure.
He had an
And
SBC too. What like
and then he had a footies.
yeah.
yes, he had a lot. So I think EA definitely likes him. He definitely proved himself last year. So like, yeah, well, we're probably right on the money. Or they go aggressive and be like, yeah, this guy's a high 70.
Yeah.
It was a team of the season moments card.
Yeah.
It was a moments card for his match against the Manchester Blues.
Mm.
And then before we finish up here, I just wanted to. I know Nikos, you did not play the FC26 beta just yet, but JP, me and you played it. I just wanted what your quick thoughts were on the beta. Obviously, everything is subject to change, so who knows what it's going to play like. But your quick thoughts before we close out here.
I will say for me, uh, it feels a lot quicker. It feels a lot more like the arcadey FIFAs where it's a video game. People say they want a realistic, football simulator. It's a video game. If you want a realistic simulator, turn on authentic gameplay and don't play online in Ultimate Team or clubs.
Or just go
Um,
outside.
or touch grass.
Yeah.
We have some on the screen for you. Go touch it. Um, it feels a lot quicker. Passing feels a lot quicker for someone like me who all of his friends that he plays with live on the East Coast and he lives 3,000 miles away on the West Coast. Ping is a big issue, especially when you're someone who likes to play the cam position. And passing felt a lot quicker for me. So I really enjoyed the beta. We're also back to low driven spamming, which I fucking love. I loved FIFA 17, loved FIFA 18. Give me those days again. And I'm so hungry for it. I cannot wait for this year.
My thoughts are the most I've ever played FIFA was FIFA 17 and 18s. Those were like my favorites. That's when I played the most Ultimate Team. And that's exactly what it felt like. Being able to left stick dribble and being able to take out a
Yep.
guy, fake like you're going to the left, do a 360 and then go to the right. You felt like you could actually do that and it just didn't feel like clunky or they took the extra step. It just was like being able to just left stick dribble, speed up and then slow down, let the you know what I mean? It just felt so
Yep.
much better. And I am somebody who does want there to be an authentic version because I do play a lot of like the manager mode and play like, multiple seasons, pick like a Division 4 team, bring them up to the Premier League. I'll do that probably twice a year. I'll do an Arsenal one, I'll do a bunch of but the authentic one was actually wildly different. Like you could actually set up like pass to your winger, back to your DM, back to your striker, back to your cam, back to your left winger, and try to like you can actually play even like somewhat realistic. It just that was pretty fun, and the shots felt different in authentic, where it always felt like the shots were still the same. They felt like a little bit like slower but more powerful, if that makes sense. So it was definitely a fun beta. I actually had to stop playing it because I was like, I can't get used to this because if it's not like this, I'm gonna be upset. So I played it for 3 days and I was like, okay, I'm done, and we're just not gonna touch that. We're gonna just wait.
And hopefully these motherfuckers at EA nerf the 4-2-1-3 formation. If the 4-2-1-3 formation is nerfed and I don't have to play against it 15 times every weekend, I will be a happy man because it's August 23rd, 2025, and I'm still playing these sweaty pieces of shit who are still using the fucking 4-2-1-3, and it makes me want to swallow a 45. It's horrible. EA, you had an entire year. You should have nerfed the goddamn formation. You should have made it so we could play with fullbacks and we didn't have a flat back four that had no creativity and it was just pass the ball to the striker, pass it off to a cam, and first time lob through pass down the middle to broken evolution Thierry Henry that you guys messed up and had every fucking play style that allowed him to be faster. Hopefully you actually stick to the nerfing the play style thing, because the fact that I can't use players because they don't have playstyle pluses also makes me want to swallow an additional 45.
Let me tell. Yeah, let's get my grapes out real quick. Playstyles absolutely ruin the game. Formation
Rolls.
everything.
Rolls ruin the game.
There's so many things that like I feel like if your player doesn't have this playstyle, then you're not gonna do well. Formations. Stop making it where formations are overpowered. Just stop doing that. Just stop. Like if you guys notice that a formation is overpowered, stop it immediately in the next update. Because like JP said, I don't want to lose a game because I don't have the same formation that everyone else has. I don't want to have 11 people in the midfield and I can't pass the ball. The Hullets of this world are, you know what? I could go so much into this, but stop abusing AI. I think the number one thing is that they shouldn't have the computers as high as a level as it is right now. I've noticed more recently that when I start a game, people don't even flick off. I have to dribble through a team of computers, and I can't do that because the AI defenders are too good. So maybe let's move them up from legendary down to world class or something, because I know they go on the highest difficulty. Stop doing that, because all everyone does is run around with their forward or their center mid. They don't defend in the box, and all they do is just do RB defending, and then you can't beat anyone because they just bum rush you. So make the game less AI forward and make it more manual, so people have to learn how to manually defend and manually pass and manually shoot like you had to back in the 15s, 13s, and 12s.
If
you
I
had to
do
be
a
good at the
skill
game.
move, yes. If I do a skill move against an AI defender, more often than not, the AI defender should be fouling me, not taking the ball off of me. You have to stop rewarding AI defending. If someone's manual defending and they tackle with good timing against a skill move of mine, take the ball off me.
Good on him.
Good on him. He defended me well. But if I'm going up against 99 Blanc and 99 Van Dyke and 98 Evo Teo Hernandez as a DM, and the person's using their 99 Hullet as the other DM, and he's just running around the field with Hullet, or he's letting his two DMs AI defend and he's running around with his cam, that back four square should be fouling me nonstop.
Yeah.
That's how the game should be played.
It feels easy. They should just make it that the computer has a higher chance of a fake out compared to a skill move. Like if you're the rating, if you have whatever rating you have to not get beat by a skill move, that goes down if it's an AI playing it. That's all you got to do. Like it's not that hard. I could do that.
I'll just say,
you know what I mean?
I'll just say one thing before we wrap up is that defending tackle recovery time needs to be fixed. You shouldn't be able to manually tackle and then instantly do it again. If you tackle/commit, that should be your tackle/commit. You shouldn't be able to get up immediately and tackle again. But I feel like we can have a whole episode on our complaints about FIFA.
What's
So we
wrong?
might just do that.
Yeah,
we might do that. That might be our next episode. Is our
That's a great
gripes,
one.
is our complaints. I want to just air it out for about an hour with these lads.
Episode
and
2
just-
will be called "What
Yeah.
Grinds Your Gears?" FC 25 edition.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
then-
a good idea.
I think I want to issue a challenge as well because Nikos and I have been talking about this full Manchester City squad versus full Chelsea squad match. Nikos, is this going to happen?
I think it might have to happen. We're gonna round the year up.
I'll do it better. It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be live on YouTube. We're gonna do it live on YouTube. I will be commentary of the City Chelsea Ultimate Team rival matchup.
I accept. Your
Okay.
challenge.
Okay.
And Kyle, I think your homework for this has to be to get Mr. Cromble to commentate with you.
Okay. I will get Wes. I will do that.
I want Wesley
You know
Cromble
what?
in the booth.
You know what? It's guaranteed. I'll tell you right now, it's guaranteed.
I'm actually gonna reconsider my acceptance.
Well, thank you guys so much.
Oh, and
hold on.
Kyle Canna as the on-field reporter.
Okay. That's a good one. Well, thank you guys so much
All right,
for
boys.
watching. And we'll see you guys in the next FC update. And we'll see you on Mondays, as always, for the Banter Boys podcast. Peace.